Hello, I'm Don Mitchell. Welcome back to Business Basics, the book that helps you be a great leader in helping your organization be at least 8,000 times more successful in serving those who need help and reducing the cost of doing so, as well as the needs for capital. Today, we'll be looking at the second step in the 8-step 2,000% solution process for expanding the market by 20 times. This step is called Decide What to Measure. In the last step, we looked at the importance of measuring performance. As always, let me begin by quoting from the Bible, in this case, the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 38 in the New King James Version. Give, and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. This lesson applies step 2 of the 8-step process for the 2000% solutions. Decide what to measure. You'll find material about this subject in the 2000% solution, the portable 2000% solution, and the 2000% solution workbook. Every industry has multiple choices for expanding. Before committing to a choice, helps to quantify the costs and effects of following each one. Measurements that improve such quantifications are immensely valuable for making the right choice and monitoring performance to help make better progress during implementation. Certain strategy questions can be applied to any industry, including, first, how many people or organizations would benefit from using the available offerings? Second, how many of the potential beneficiaries are aware of the offerings? Third, how many of the potential beneficiaries actually perceive the benefits, drawbacks, and costs of employing the offerings? Fourth, how many people who know about the offerings don't use them because of their offerings' major limitations? Five, how many more people or organizations would benefit if the offerings were adjusted in various ways? Six, what is the cost of overcoming each major usage limitation in the most effective ways? Seven, what is the size of the benefit for overcoming each of the usage limitations? Eight, what kind of industry expansion provides the most attractive opportunities for your organization and its stakeholders? Measuring industry expansion paths in terms of these 8 strategy dimensions provides you with baseline measurements. Thinking about such questions is one thing, checking the soundness of your conclusions is another. I strongly favor experimentation as a way to test your evaluations. Use experiments then to define and apply a second set of measurements based on what you learn. After completing the 8-step process for expanding your industry by 20 times, repeat the second step described by this lesson to identify and put in place the right measurements to direct your industry expansion activities. If you're not familiar with how measurements help in implementation, I encourage you to read the following books by Robert S. Kaplan and David P. Norton in the listed sequence. Strategy Maps, which was published by Harvard Business School Press in 2004, The Balanced Scorecard, which was published by Harvard Business School Press in 1996, Alignment, Harvard Business School Press 2006, and Strategy for Focused Organization, Harvard Business School Press 2000. Questions designed to help you select measures for industry by 20 times can be found in chapters 5 and 6 in the 2000% Solution Workbook, which also contains a publishing example of selecting measures. As you think about such questions, you may find it helpful to draw any notes you made during your studies of the first 16 lessons in Business Basics. Focus in on the most promising industry expansion opportunities. For example, by now, you should know why prospective customers who know about your offering don't buy it. In many cases, it may be impractical or very difficult to eliminate a specific usage limitation. Before giving up, develop measurements to understand more about opportunities to reduce the effects of such limitations. Let's consider an example. For some time, I've been exploring the best ways to expand the readership of my books while spending less money and reducing the effort involved. Each time I've looked for more ways to improve, I've found a reasonably accurate way to estimate how many readers could be attracted to the likely cost in time, money, and effort to add them. My first idea was to provide physical books for free, hoping to stimulate enough word-of-mouth interest to attract many readers. Based on experiments I ran with the 2000% solution, that method was prohibitively expensive. The next experiment was to send out lots of review copies for another 400-year project book. That method worked better, but it wasn't a major opportunity. From there, I tried writing lots of online book reviews. While that activity provided a great deal of readership for my reviews, provided a much smaller boost for people accessing my books. I next placed book excerpts on Amazon.com into guides for various subjects. This test was hugely successful. To date, such guides have been viewed for hundreds of thousands of times, probably again by hundreds of thousands of people. Blogs were my next readership expansion focus. I found that blogs, however, didn't attract readers nearly as efficiently as the Amazon guides do. Blogs required a lot more effort. I subsequently began making books excerpts available in the form of articles on other people's websites. That method worked extremely well. A single article could attract more than 10,000 readers, over 600 times the effectiveness of an Amazon guide. More recently, I started writing promotional articles for Rushmore University using an online placement service. For this experience, I realized that with a different article approach, I could gain over 100,000 readers from a single book excerpt, based on spending only a few minutes to format the material into an article and to distribute it. That experience greatly impressed me in light of Peter Drucker's observation that most best-selling nonfiction books like mine are read cover to cover by fewer than 500 people and partially read by fewer than another 5,000 people. I intend to keep testing and learning, but you can see that measuring how well each limitation removing test performed has greatly informed my progress, enabling me to uncover better opportunities to test and to implement. As a consequence, I've easily expanded the readership about 2,000% solutions by several hundred times over what conventional methods would have produced, while spending far less time, money, and effort to do so. So what's your assignment? Answer the 8 strategy questions outlined in this lesson. And I wish you well as you do, and I hope this will be a great step forward in helping to expand your market by 20 times. So I hope you'll come back soon to hear about step 3 of the 2,000% solution process for expanding your market by 20 times. In the meantime, may God bless you, your family, and all you do. In the name of Jesus. Goodbye for now.